Owen Hart was the king of hearts. Helen and Stu gave life to you, a brother to Bret the hitman too, as you left this world with kindness and heart. A king of the ring, a loving family and wonderful offspring to boot. Never were you angry, nor never were you a fool. Owen Hart was a kind man, a ribber, a family man and true. You left this world with friends in tears. Mark Henry even wrote a poem too. We all cried that night, the night you died. A prince, a king of the ring, but never, Hart, Owen Hart, will we ever forget you. Bless you, Owen, the family man, the one who loved all. Never will we forget the night of that fall.
To say about Owen Hart? Well, Owen Hart was one of my favourite all-time wrestlers. Incidentally, the first time I saw Owen Hart wrestle wasn't in the WWF or the WWE as it is now. I saw him on the World of Sport Wrestling in England. It was around 1987 and he was wrestling against one of Britain's premier wrestlers from Oldham, Marty Jones. And what really excited me about Owen was the fact that he was using the ropes and the turnbuckle and things like that, because our rules in British wrestling was totally different to what was going on in the WF at the time. When we first watched the WF, that was a bit more exciting. The rules were a lot different and you could fight outside the ring, things like that. There was no public warnings like there was in English wrestling. But Owen Hart he captivated me. As soon as I saw him, I thought, what an amazing wrestler. I didn't know about Bret Hart until I started watching WWF. But Owen was a really cool wrestler. As a wrestling fan myself, I've been to see the WWE many times live. And one of the best times was when we went to Manchester, the arena at Manchester. A friend of mine that was with banged on the window because he said to me, "Hey Dave, Owen Hart's coming off the bus." So we went to the window and I was looking down. I could see Owen pulling his luggage bag, so we banged on the window, almost put the window through, we were banging on it that loud. We were like waving to him, and the look I'll never forget the look he gave me and my friend. He looked up and he had a big cheeky smile and he waved, and we were like going, Owen, Owen, you know what I mean? And it was brilliant to get to see somebody from like all those years ago, from 1987 when I first saw him wrestle, to him being in the WWE and doing really well. I particularly liked Owen's heel side. He was a cracking heel, especially when he was against his older brother Bret. I like the fact that he joined up with Bret's old teammate, the Anvil, and he made the Hart Foundation again, because I really loved the Hart Foundation as a tag team in the early day when they were taking on the British Bulldogs. And I missed that when Bret went solo wrestling. But Owen picked up that torch and he teamed with Anvil again, and he had some memorable matches and it was brilliant. When Owen tragically died, I watched the show, and I must admit I was in pretty much in tears watching it, because I remembered all the times that I'd watched Owen's matches and cheered for him. Whether he was a heel or not, I always liked Owen Hart, and every time I think of Owen, all I could think of in that tribute show was that cheeky smile that he gave me and my friends, and he was like thumbs up. You know, it just proved to me what a real nice guy he was off camera, and what from the tributes and documentaries that we've seen of him, it rings true. It came through in his personality. a real warm, kind, funny guy, and that's what I've got to say about Owen Hart. And he was one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. I prefer Owen to Bret, so Owen will always live on, especially in the wrestling world.